So here we are now going over average rate of change over an interval. So go to page 9, number 5 on your book. Feel free to get up. Just tell the sub or tell me. So the question is asking, what is the average rate of change of a function y equals f of x over the interval a, b. So what's the average rate of change? What is the average rate of change? So I will explain that in a little bit. But for now, let's just dissect this question. So we're looking for the interval AB using the function f of y equals f of x. So from here, all we're going to do is plug in my a for x. So it'll become y, I'll put y1 equals f of a. Okay, and then if I plug in b to my x, I'm going to get y2 equals f of b. Okay. So to find the average rate of change, so average rate of change through the interval AB it is the ratio f of b minus f of a over b minus a. So this is the same thing as rise over run. So this is the same thing as finding the slope. So this is like finding slope between 2 points. Okay. So we said y1 equals f of a and y2 equals f of b. So if we just replace, so this is the same thing as y2 minus y1 over b minus a. Okay. So, but we know our a and b are x values. So it's the same thing as saying x2 minus x1. So just keep that in mind. It's just a slope. Okay? So this is just the average rate of change. It is the ratio f of b minus f of a over b minus a. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. So this is just an illustration. This is b minus a. This is f of b minus f of a. So the estimation for the average rate of change is this right here. That's it. Let's try an example. So I'm going to skip those. Okay. So let's look at this right here. We are looking at the intervals -2, 0. Oops. -2, 0, 0, 3, and -2, 3. Let's look at the first one. So in the intervals -2, 0. So remember, these are all your x values. X values. So starting at -2, okay, my point is at -2, 1, and my point at 0 is 0, 1. Okay, so I'm looking at -2. Oh my gosh, okay. So come on, erase, please. Please erase. Okay. So I'm looking at -2, 1, and 0, 1. Because remember, x values, the x value here is -2, the x value here is 0. So I'm looking at these 2 points. What is the slope between these 2 points? So then we do our equation, which is f of b minus f of a over b minus a. Yeah. So my a would be -2. Hold on, what's wrong? Why does it do that? So we have -2. I don't know. Right. So my a would be this, and my b would be here, which is a 0. And then my f of b, I'm going to color it blue, no, red. My f of b is my y value. Oh, f of a, sorry, f of a. And then my f of b is right here, which is 1. Okay. So then we're going to plug in those numbers. So my f of b is 1. Use red. 1 minus my f of a is this one, which is again 1. 1. And then my b is 0 minus my a, which is -2, which is equal to 2 over, just kidding, 1 minus 1 is 0, and then 0 plus 2 is going to be 0 over 2, which is just 0. So that is your interval through here. Okay, so that's all you're doing for all of these, for this one and also this one. It tells you your interval, so average rate of change, you're looking at your x values, here are your intervals. So just look through this in your textbook, and that's what they mean. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know.